We have great confidence in our son.
The China emails are offering to pay over $1 million to the big guy, to Joe Biden himself, cash in his bank account.
See, this is what I mean. We are living in a corrupt country.
Madam Speaker, the serious allegations of corruption involving Joe Biden have been raised in recent days.
I'm sorry, I'm not answering your questions, okay? We're talking about the coronavirus.
Democrats and their media allies have gone very quiet over a scandal that raises questions about Joe Biden's judgment. A New York Post scoop last week put the spotlight back on Hunter Biden. Newly released emails back up the long-running belief that Hunter was trading off the Biden name to earn income from foreign actors.
Clearly, the origins of this whole smear are from the Kremlin, and the president is only too happy to have Kremlin help in trying to amplify it.
We all know the system, and that includes the corrupt media, is protecting Joe Biden, and that will continue. So as I said, he's going to be the greatest president since Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt. He's going to be the greatest guy. He's got a problem with his son because his son is being investigated by the Justice Department, took $15 million. Did he pay tax on it? I don't know. So Joe and Joe Biden go on the Colbert program, which is just rank propaganda.
You know that the people who want to make hay in Washington are going to try to use your adult son as a cudgel against you. How do you feel about that, and what do you have to say to those people?
Well, look, we have great confidence in our son.
This is not Russian disinformation. That was the narrative they tried to put out there. You know, here's the interesting thing. When they lose an election in 2016, blame it on Russia. When Joe Biden and his family have very, very questionable emails and activities, blame it on Russia. I can tell you that we'll see that it's not just Ukraine, it's not just China where we've sold out, but it's other countries as well in this pay-to-play scheme that Joe Biden needs to answer, but it's time that he comes clean.
Just this week, Hunter Biden's former business partner, Tony Bobulinski, corroborated some of those earlier emails and attested that Hunter Biden did refer to his father as the big guy.
See, this is what I mean. We are living in a corrupt country. The country is corrupt. And that's because we have a corrupt media that looks the other way unless you're a Republican or you're conservative.
The China emails are offering to pay over $1 million to the big guy, to Joe Biden himself, cash in his bank account.
Joe Biden has been so unwilling to answer any questions on this issue that it's no longer even clear what exactly he is denying. He brushes off everything as a smear.
Adrian, that's all the time we have.
I just have one more question. Ron Johnson put out a statement on Homeland Security letterhead saying Hunter Biden, together with other Biden family members, profited off the Biden name. Is there any legitimacy to Senator Johnson's claims?
None whatsoever. This is the same garbage Rudy Giuliani, Trump's henchman. It's the last-ditch effort in this desperate campaign to smear me and my family. And the vast majority of the intelligence people have come out and said there's no basis at all. Ron should be ashamed of himself.
The left put this out there when the story broke, that you were, some kind of hacker, living in the proverbial basement. Set the record straight for us. You've owned this shop for more than 25 years. You've been working on Mac computers for a long, long time. You were hired by Hunter Biden to recover data that was on this laptop. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So take us through what it was like when you were there that day and he walked in. I know that you're legally blind and that you use visual aids. When did you realize that it was Hunter Biden that was standing in front of you in your shop?
During the check-in procedure, it's customary for me to ask for the first name, the last name, collect an email address and a phone number. When I got to the customer's last name, there was a pause, and he seemed surprised that I did not recognize him.
For example, are the emails real? So far, no one in the Biden campaign has disputed their authenticity. Did Biden discuss this deal with his son? Did he have a financial stake?
Hunter Biden's laptop is not part of some Russian disinformation campaign.
The Bobulinski documents show there is still a lot to know about this story.
This has nothing to do with the intelligence community or Russian disinformation. If it was, I would know that. So to be clear, it's not.
The press has an obligation to do a better job digging in before a presidential election.
I think the Tony Bobulinski emails make it clear this is at least news. We are in the news business, and that it is becoming a little difficult for the rest of the press to avoid the reality that we have a story here.
And that's where we get to this particular story today. Hunter Biden dropped off a laptop at a computer repair store in New Jersey, apparently left it there for a long time. The computer store didn't get any money for it. They didn't pick it up. And so there was this whole brouhaha where the FBI got involved and Rudy Giuliani got involved. And then some information got released to the New York Post somehow. And then Twitter then blocked the New York Post article. But not only did they block the New York Post article, and this is the important part, they labeled the reason that they blocked the New York Post article was because it was obtained from hacking. And so what that company is now doing is they are now suing Twitter for libel because they said it was not hacking. It was known not to be hacking. We received this computer. We dealt with the computer and everything in a legal fashion, and Twitter decided to label us as hackers, and because of that, we have received real and actual damage.
Oh, I mean, there's been several times where I thought this nightmare was over, and to turn around and just discover it to get deeper and deeper. The Russian and the hacking labeling has definitely had a negative impact on my character, and my business is destroyed. It's hard in my industry to come back from getting that kind of label. Well, I mean, I think one day I'll be able to look back on this, and hopefully I'll be able to see that justice was served and the truth got out there. It's tough. It is tough. I've lost a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of good friends.